All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to North Coast Tactical. I'm here with Justin from All Seasons Outdoor Supply, and we are going to be talking about survival bags. So you brought one with you. Can you kind of tell us a little bit about it? And
It's the Wise 5-day pack. It's supposed to be set up for a 5-day survival type of setup.
all right, so let's kind of go over some of the stuff that's in it, so we can. What we're going to do is we're going to compare the bag that Wise makes, and they sell us. What's the price point on that?
They're like $50.
$50 bag. Okay, so I mean that includes the backpack and everything.
Right, yeah, it comes completely set up.
So it's all set up. If you're one of those guys that wants something that's all set up, you don't have to really do anything. This might be something for you. But what we're going to do is we're going to look at the pros and cons of whether or not you should buy a pack or if you should build your own. Let's kind of go through some of the stuff in that one, and then we'll go through mine, and we'll show everybody the differences, and we'll go over the pros and the cons.
So if you're not familiar with it, Wise does a lot of dehydrated and a lot of freeze-dried foods. The big thing you need is water. You have to have water to make their food. You know, and of course, in any kind of survival situation, you need clean water. So, you know, they give you your emergency purified drinking water.
Obviously, a pro to these is these are going to save you a lot of space in your pack because they sit kind of flat compared to like a water bottle, and even they might even sit a little bit flatter than like a water bladder. So that I think that's a pro. In my opinion, that's. I'm gonna.
Absolutely. Oh, that's sealed.
Yeah.
Let's go through here. We got some
Dust mask. That's cool.
dust
What do we got?
mask.
Is there just one? I think so.
Yeah, it looks like.
There might be two in there.
Yep.
There's two in there.
So you got your antiseptic wipes,
Okay.
bags.
Oh, this is a little orange trash bag, kind of like a poncho or whatever. All
Got
right.
your
A little
cook
cooking
stove.
tin. All right, cool. Stainless steel.
All right. 5-function whistle.
Oh, okay.
You know, and that is one thing that if you can't be seen, you got to be heard.
Yep.
If you're out somewhere, you're stuck in the woods. If you can't be seen, there's heavy cover. You can be heard. Waterproof matches here.
Right.
I keep those in there with some toilet paper. You know, never know when nature calls, or you need to build a fire.
Right.
But you know, being heard, being able to build a fire, those are kind of, you know, a fire is essential. You just have to be able to. Next up, we got your little squeeze dynamo flashlight.
Okay.
So it's one of those little rechargeable flashlights that, you know, you squeeze it, charge it up, use it,
Okay.
which is nice. You don't have to rely on carrying batteries. You
Yeah,
know, it's probably not
absolutely.
the brightest light, but we actually,
But you have that option.
yeah, if you're sitting there, you can just squeeze it, and you don't have to worry about carrying, you know,
Sure.
6, 8, 12 batteries with you, depending on
Yeah.
what you're using.
Yeah, if you're walking and all you need to do is just squeeze that while you're walking and charge it up, definitely.
Okay. All right, so we got your little poncho here.
Okay, there's the poncho.
So you
Nice red color too. Obviously, if you're in a survival situation, you want rescued. You're not going to be, rocking some multicam kind of stuff, and you want to be seen very visible. So,
get your first aid emergency kit.
Right.
Some Band-Aids, some gauze pads, cleaning pads, butterflies, some Q-tips.
this is another place that I think that Wise is lacking.
Yes.
I'm huge on first aid.
I saw that video for that.
Obviously, I'm pretty big on first aid. This is in my car with me at all times, but I know that you're not going to carry that bag with you in an SHTF situation. But I know that, but I got you covered. It's okay. Just hold on. So, but this could be a little bit better in my opinion. But you could use the stuff in here and kind of add your own stuff. So definitely not the best, but still not bad.
Little collapsible camp stove. Takes a little fuel pellets, and they fold up.
Okay.
That way you can boil water if need be. Emergency blankets.
Oh yeah.
I keep one of, again, I keep one in my hunting bag.
Yep.
I've never needed it. Hopefully I never do. Of course, you got to have some tissues.
Oh yeah.
Wiper.
We all know what this is for. Okay. We all know.
Sorry, I came for my car. playing cards. Now, it seems silly to see this in a survival pack,
Yeah.
but keeping your mind going, other than concentrating on
The goal, the getting back to civilization. I agree. You got to have something that's going to boost your morale.
these are their little water purification tabs. Now, these, in my opinion, again, I'm not bagging on them. They included them, but anywhere you go, the water's not going to be exactly clean. You want to be able to put something in there, clean it up. If you're going to be out for a long term, and this is supposed to be a 5-day pack, generally,
And there's 10 of them in here.
if you're going to be out 5 days, in my opinion, something catastrophic has happened that
Right.
you are going to want to be able to go 7 days, 9 days, 10 days.
Right.
It would be nice to have more capability, especially if you're
And
traveling.
that's my thing, is that these are so small. They're so thin. It's the thinnest thing in this entire pack, but they only give you 10.
It looks like some-
I would say you could probably cut that open with a knife, but this pack doesn't include a knife. You don't have a knife. It doesn't get that. When I
little saw.
yeah,
or
when I
anything.
looked up, all right. When I looked up everything that came in this pack before Justin got here, and I noticed that there was no knife in the pack at all. And granted, I know a lot of people carry a knife on them. You know, everybody pretty much carries some kind of folder or something. Yeah, see, everybody's got a knife. But to not include a knife at all on your pack, to me was just that was a big no-no. And maybe they'll take some of the stuff that the consumers about this say, and maybe they'll change some and they'll add some. I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, if you're going out in the woods and you don't have a knife on you, then I don't know. There might not be any hope for you.
Right. How you gonna cut firewood or
Yeah,
make tinder
I have
or
no
shave
idea.
anything down? You're kind of.
You're kind of setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah.
All right, so food here. What,
Food. So we got a nice little pack of whey milk alternative.
Ooh, yummy.
Of course, you can't provide dairy because it's not going to last long.
The only issue that I do see here, it could be a pro, it could be a con. It's kind of a con for me, and we were talking about it. The fact that none of this stuff is actual meat,
Right.
correct?
Right.
So if you're a vegetarian, you're gonna love this stuff. You will love this stuff. But if you are a carnivore like me, I'm sorry to tell you, but it does not have any actual meat in it. But it still tastes fine.
Again, you're not in a. I'm not sitting down to a 4-course meal.
Yeah,
like
you
this
need to
stuff.
understand.
You
Okay,
know, this is.
you're in like a handmade tent shelter thing, or not. You're sitting there with this little red poncho on, cooking out of this little bowl on a camp stove. Okay, this isn't a 5-star restaurant. All right, you need to understand that it is what it is. You're eating freeze-dried food out of a bowl that you boiled plastic bagged water in. All right, so it is what it is. So don't go into thinking that like this is going to be the greatest thing that you've ever eaten in your life, because it's not going to be. But it's going to keep you alive. So it's a pretty substantial amount of food. Again, though, I don't think they give you enough water to cook all of this. But I guess they're assuming that you can get water from other sources. Which again, if you're going out in the wilderness, you should probably learn some of the basics. You need to learn how to get water. You need to learn how to purify water. Don't go out and don't just grab one of these packs and go out and try to survive in the wilderness, because it's probably not going to end well for you. You're going to be using this little whistle right here and somebody else try to come and help you. So,
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
what are our ending thoughts on this guy?
You know, it's a great starter pack. Something to build on.
Something to build on. So we'll go on that. Something to build on. I like it. Next, we're going to go over my survival pack, and we're going to kind of see how they stack up against a pre-made survival kit. So let's go over that. All right, so we're gonna kind of look at this a little bit differently. Essentially, this is a survival pack, but I look at it in a different way, I suppose, than Wise would be looking at that. Wise is kind of looking at that as a, like you said, the power went out. There was some kind of emergency where they needed to survive a few days until either the power came back on or help arrived or whatever. Mine is a little more eccentric, would be the word.
Yeah.
It's a little extra, but in my situation or my scenario, when I play it around in my head, I think of something more of like a civil unrest, or I don't know if I believe in the whole zombie apocalypse thing. I don't think that's ever going to happen, but I do think that if there was something to ever happen and there was civil unrest, and I needed something, I couldn't get home to my family. Say I was at work, which is probably about like a 30 mile drive. So that's going to take me a little while, especially if I needed to try to avoid certain areas or something like that. It's going to take me a little while to get home. So I designed a pack that would help me do that, and that's why I call it my back home bag. It's the bag that is designed to get me back home. I don't essentially have a bug out bag because I don't ever plan on really bugging out of my house. This is kind of base camp right here. This is Last Stand, so I'm not looking at bugging out of anywhere. I'm just trying to get back home to where my family is. So let's open this thing up, and that might take a minute. As you can see, it's pretty stacked full. So real quick, let's go over the stuff that's on the outside. Obviously, I do have trauma shears on here.
A cutting tool. Look at that.
A cutting tool. The first thing we go over, a cutting tool. So I do have trauma shears on here. You can get these cheap on Amazon for a couple bucks, but they're worth their weight in gold. So get those. The next thing, I do have this light. Now it's not a squeeze light, but it is very bright. It's very handy. It's a Nebo. I think they call it the Cricket. I don't know if that's because of the noise that it makes when you turn it, but it can be turned into a spotlight as well. It does have 3 functions. It's very bright. And then it also has a kind of a wider light and then a red. It's very nice. It's very bright. It runs on AAA's. And it is magnetic too, so it's magnetic. I keep that right on the front, right there. Also, I mean, we want to get into the things that I thought were missing from that other bag. If I can actually get this off of here.
And this is kind of why we're doing the video, is to compare your consumer-based bag that you can find at the big box stores, you can find on Amazon, you can find virtually anywhere, compared to when you kind of focus down to your area and what you might need.
100%.
To like you call yours your get home bag.
Right.
We live semi-rural where it is a long ways.
Yeah.
Now granted, you may live in a city where the store's down the road.
Right.
You might be able to go get stuff.
Let me kind of put it into perspective for you real fast. Those of you coffee drinkers, we do not have a Starbucks in our entire county. Okay, not our city, not the next block over, in the whole county. And we are the largest landmass county in Ohio. No Starbucks. Okay? Zero.
No mocha choco lattes.
No, nothing. None of that. So if that doesn't put it into perspective for you, then I don't know what will. So it's what, a half an hour to the nearest Walmart in any direction?
Absolutely.
So again, and that's driving. So
if it's not snowing or raining on top of the snow,
or an Amish buggies get in your way, anything like that. But so we're out there. Okay, I live next to a cornfield.
and woods.
So I do keep a small, I don't know if you can see that. I do keep a small hatchet in my pack as well. It's actually on the outside. I don't have to cut myself, but I do keep this in there. This is for cutting wood, obviously, for fire. Also could be used as a defensive tool. But that stays kind of on the outside of my pack. And it's nice, this pack, it's got all this MOLLE webbing on here, so I can kind of weave things in and out of that so they stay nice and organized on there. Also, I mean, we want to get into cutting tools. Here on the strap, I do keep a nice fixed blade. Again, I don't know if you guys can see that, but just a small little fixed blade I keep on here. It's got a nice little finger hole there. This is obviously for, you know, I'm a hunter, Justin's a hunter, we skin animals. This is a nice knife. It's very sharp. This could also be used for splitting wood, making some wood shavings to help kind of start your fire out. This is a really nice tool, and it's very small, it's very discreet, and it could also be used as a defensive weapon as well.
Well, the idea isn't to carry something heavy, bulky.
Right.
You know, you kind of want to keep on the small but functional side of things.
That's all for the outside, essentially. I mean, I do have a walkie-talkie on here just in case. You know, you never know. You try to communicate in a situation. A lot of people around here use walkie-talkies. They use radios. So this could be a way that I could get help in some way. So I do keep that on the outside there as well. Well, let's go. We'll open the. That's it for the outside. I mean, we're already deep into this, so. All right, we'll go right in here. First pouch.
I'm real sure there's not going to be any empty pouches on this entire bag.
There's not.
Much like that one here. No, that one's not going to be empty.
This is pretty full to the brim. I will say that I will always have a firearm on me. Whether or not I'll throw my Keltec Sub 2000 in this bag, or maybe my AR pistol, both of those, which I have purchased from All Seasons Outdoor Supply. Maybe I'll throw one of those in there, but I do always have a pistol on me. So just keep that in mind, and then if you watched our EDC video, if you haven't, I'll leave a link in the description for that as well. You can go check that out. I do always carry a small EDC bag with me everywhere, and also it works perfectly with this pack. The back of this has these little MOLLE attachments that I just clip on and throw it on my pack just like that, and it's multicam and matches. It's everything the same, so that is also with me at all times. So first thing, I do have more paracord, and then I also have a set of binoculars with more paracord. So binoculars, obviously nice. You want to be able to look out at a distance and see, you know, gauge a situation. Just nice to have, to be able to have a different point of view. I do keep a face shield in here. I think they called like a balaclava or something.
Yeah.
I do keep one of those in there.
But you don't have the cool like skull on there or anything?
I do have that one. If you're a follower on my Instagram, I posted a picture with that on there yesterday, I think it was. But for this type of situation, I went with OD Green, obviously, because I kind of want to blend in if I'm trekking through the woods or something like that. So I do have just a plain OD Green one in there. We also have a nice emergency blanket, so we can check that off as the same as the Wise.
Right.
So that is the first pouch, all done. There's many more where that came from, so sit tight. Alright, this little pouch up front right here, oh geez, it's just falling out now. I do have a small flashlight and a multifunction whistle. So obviously to signal for help in some way. So I do have that.
And a little keychain light like that. I mean,
Yeah.
you'd be surprised at how far in the pitch black. We live out in the country, so
Right.
it's from a long distance you can see
Yep.
that little light
Oh,
right
yeah.
there. There's no.
And it's super discreet. It's super small. It doesn't take up any room.
We live where there's no street lights and
No
sidewalks.
street lights. I live on a dirt road. Okay, so most people wouldn't even come down my road, let alone have street lights down it. So it's nice to have. I have several different lights on here. I do also carry on me another light as well. So I think I have 3 or 4 lights on me pretty much at all times, and I do keep other lights in my car as well. So. You can't do anything if you can't see.
Well, no.
So-
no. I mean that it gets dark, and say it's middle of winter, well, not in the middle of winter, but
Right.
it gets dark early. You have a lot of darkness,
Yeah.
and say you're trying to get there, and you have to get there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be dark. You've got to see where you're going,
Absolutely.
or you
Uh,
can stumble around and hurt yourself.
Sure.
And,
I mean, but then, where are you going to be then?
cold.
Cold, cold, and in pain. So, better to be prepared. So, speaking of prepared, look at that.
More paracord.
More paracord. And you'll see why I have so much paracord here in a little bit. Also, I do have some tinder here. I keep cotton balls in here. These are so easy to start fire with. It's insane. So I do keep those wrapped up in a little bit more cordage there, which is nice. Random rubber bands.
So things like cordage here are not just for shelter. It's versatile along so many lines that a simple
Absolutely.
little pack of cordage like that can literally just it's worth everything. You got little bracelets,
Bracelets that you can wear on you.
and there's actually a lot of cordage on that.
There's
believe it or
probably
not.
like 10 foot of cordage on each one of those bracelets.
So, and again, this isn't a little short survival pack. This pack is more designed around where we live and how Dan, where he's at for work, and
Right.
getting home. It's more for if it took 5 days and it was horrible weather, and
Right.
and you had to defend yourself. It's a broad spectrum of things. Whereas the Wise pack is a great novelty pack for you sit at the kitchen table and wait for the power to come back on,
Right.
and we can play some cards while we're doing it. Whereas here we can, let's go find a squirrel for dinner.
Right. I mean, that's, and it does. It has to go along with your skill set. There isn't anything in this pack that I don't know how to use. If you carry gear, any kind of gear, whether it be a pistol, a knife, some of these paracord stuff, whatever it is, you need to be able to know how to use it, or else you're going to hurt yourself trying to use it. So hone your skills and just know your limitations. And if you want to learn more, there's so many ways to learn. You can take survival courses. You can watch YouTube videos just like this one, and you can learn how to get better. You can learn the things that are going to help you survive in a situation like this. So I do keep, what do you think that is?
Looks like chapstick to
It
me.
looks like chapstick, but we open
Matches.
it up. Matches!
Yep.
So this is a great way to store matches in this nice little, it's not waterproof, but it is very water resistant.
Couple that inside your pack, and it'll probably
Right.
take a while for the water to get in there.
So this is nice, and I've probably got, I don't know, maybe like 10, 15 matches in this thing. So that is one way. Again, I have these redundancies. I do keep a butane lighter in my pack as well. So that's a nice way to start fire right there. I keep a bandana just kind of for...
Who doesn't want Simple Simon? I mean, come
Right.
on, really?
Come on.
A little taste of modern day life when it's
Yeah.
really bad. There you go.
Yep, done. No muss, no fuss. So, bandana, just in case, I want to cover my head or wipe sweat, whatever. That's there. It doesn't take up any space at all. So, that is 2 front pockets down. Getting
and
into the bigger stuff too.
filtered, really muddy
Water,
water.
yeah. Filtered
Start
water.
getting the debris out of
Again,
the water before you even put it in there.
It goes into the
Container.
whole multi-purpose thing of why I built this pack. There's so many things. For a bandana, you could use a bandana for. I mean, we'll sit here all night talking about the uses you could use a bandana for. So those are just a couple things. Getting into a couple of the bigger sections. Again, if I'm going to be out in the wilderness for 5 days, I want shelter.
Right.
I want to have some way to stop rain, stop snow, stop the sun. Have a nice little shady spot when it's in the summertime. It does get hot here in the summertime. It gets sometimes in the upper 90s.
Oh, sure.
So I want to be shaded, or I want to be as comfortable as I could possibly
And
be.
that sense of shelter, that sense of being
It
in
just
that.
brings you kind of like a peace.
Yeah. If you're just sitting out in the woods, and you may be a hunter and you may know exactly what we're talking about, but when you're sitting out in the middle of the woods and there's just this whole vast area around you, it just feels like you're just, vulnerable.
Right.
Whereas it doesn't matter if it's a couple twigs or leaves or sticks
Right.
piled up around you, you feel that comfort.
Yeah, you feel safer when you have some sort of shelter. So again, I carry, it's probably the biggest thing in my pack, but I do carry a tarp. I look at everything that I do from a sense that I would rather need it, or I would rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Right.
So that's why this thing, you saw it, it's packed to the brim because I want to be prepared.
Sure.
And this is my pack. Yours would probably be very different than mine depending on where you live. So that's the difference between a commercial mass-produced pack and one that you can kind of make on your own to get you through a scenario where you live. With that being said, something that the Wise Pack didn't include, which is
18 cents worth of
these were
plastic
88 cents, man. These were 88 cents, and they couldn't include them in the pack. That I think is wrong. And these are, you can feel those. They're not like cheap plastic.
Right.
They're very nice molded plastic.
You can wash that and reuse
yeah.
it
You
many,
can-
many,
yeah.
many, many times. That's not a standard plastic. Again, but it's still under $1.
Right.
It's not a.
And could you go out and you
How-
could get like a K-bar, spork knife combo that cost you like $20 or something like that? Sure. But 88 cents? I'll just go buy more.
Right.
So, to me, another morale booster, kind of something that's going to lift your spirits up, knowing that you don't have to dip your fingers in hot food or whatever it is.
And then worry about washing your
And
hands.
I'll show you why I include a spoon in my bag here in a second. I keep a Sharpie just because, and if you watch my EDC video at all, you know that I always keep a notepad on me as well. So, I don't know, maybe if I'm starving to death, I can write my my will or something.
Your last will and testament.
Please don't let my wife sell my guns.
Right. Well, no, you can just sign those right over to me.
Oh,
if you
okay.
want.
Well, yeah. I mean,
we don't.
I bought them from
necessarily-
you anyway,
yeah,
so.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just a matter of a couple lines in the books.
Yeah,
I
there
mean,
you go.
it's Just they came right back. See
Oh,
this?
yeah.
Yeah. I'll take care of them.
I know you will. I keep two, I think, 30-gallon trash bags in there. These things, you want to talk about worth their weight in gold? Trash bags. This has so many functions. We literally could sit here all night to what you could do with trash bags in a survival situation. From anything from making a mattress to sleep on, stuffing dried leaves or ferns or whatever in there to get yourself up off the ground, because the ground's going to suck that heat right out of you if you're just laying on the ground. This gets you up off of the ground if you wanted to use it for that. Poncho, whatever. There's so many functions.
Carry your water.
Carrying water. The list goes on. So now we're going to get into the main compartment here, where all the fun happens. All right. So we talked about Wise's first aid kit and how I feel about that. If you guys don't know how I feel about first aid, yeah. Okay, so first aid is very important to me, because if you get hurt,
you're out.
You're out. It's it. It's done.
You're done.
So you need to be able to kind of, fix yourself up. So I do have my own personal prepared first aid kit, and this has everything in it from, instant cold packs, eye wash, tourniquet, band-aids, gauze, tape, antiseptic ACE bandages. This is nitrile gloves. It's got it all. It's just a very small, compact version of my big med kit. So let's talk about. I do have an inside small zipper compartment in here. I don't want to show you guys everything in here, so that's why I'm keeping it close.
I was gonna say, we playing poker here, or what are you doing there?
No, but I do have kind of a little like commodities section in here, like something that I do keep off Deep Woods bug spray
Comfort.
in there.
Again,
Comfort. Means the world. Oh boy. We all know what.
Oh, wet wipes.
Wet wipes. We all know what those are for. Okay. We know what they're for. We don't need to talk about it. All right.
You're not going to walk far without those. Mind you, I've never seen the inside of this bag.
No.
That's why you're seeing this at the same time that I am. I just know Dan, this is the way he is. And, watching his videos and knowing him, he's very prepared and very thorough. There's not just one avenue, one train of thought. It's when you go down that line, there's many tangents that he
It's
takes.
a butterfly effect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So-
yeah. But it's all encompassing.
I don't know. You ever watch Survivor Man?
Oh, yeah.
I learned this from Survivor Man.
The harmonica.
The harmonica. Yes, I can play the harmonica.
I was going to say, that was pretty good.
Not bad. I'll play you a little tune. But I do keep that in there because, number one, it's a noisemaker. An animal hears that, and again, if you watch Survivor Man, you know that if an animal hears that, they're kind of going to shy away from wherever it's coming
That's
from.
not a natural noise.
That's not a natural noise. That's not something that they want to check out. And then number two, it's just something that reminds me of home. So Les Strauss, if you ever watch my video, thank you, buddy. I do keep a shemag. It's a scarf. I do keep one in there. They're very nice. There's so many different functions on those. I could use it as a face shield if it is super cold outside. There's a reason why military guys carry these. Okay. Again, water filter. You can use it as a headdress to keep the sun off of your head. And you could use it as a sling. There's so many functions for this.
Absolutely.
It's ridiculous.
And this is the same as this.
Yep.
When it all breaks down,
Yep.
you can use that just the same as you can use that. It's having some extra is never going to hurt.
Right.
If it's
And
extra
it's
weight,
light. It's so light too.
if it's extra weight, you can always dump it off.
Sure.
But if you need more and you don't have it, then that's when you're just
You're SOL.
yeah.
Look at that. Hey, he's got some water. How many ounces are these?
I don't speak Spanish. Oh wait.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
You're probably thinking like, okay, well, what if that's not a lot of water. What if you run out of water too? Well, I have a solution for that. And I don't know if you know what this is or you've ever heard of it, but this is called a life straw. And this is a water filtration system to where all I have to do is pull this top off, pull this bottom part out, and drink.
Literally drink sewer water
anything.
if you wanted to.
I watched the video on this where they drank the water out of a bucket of paint. This is no joke. They do have a limited use life, but the chances of me actually needing this, not very often. And I've never actually used it, and it just sits in my pack and ready for any kind of emergency situation. I do have a nice little stainless steel little container here. So some fiber bars here. Those are nice.
With all the workout bars and stuff like that, there's really just a meal in a bar.
Absolutely.
You don't need to.
salted caramel? You're not getting that in that. Come on now. Come on.
I'm surprised that you would have something like that, right?
It's my
Okay.
wife. It's my
Yeah.
wife's. I stole
I
that out of the cabinet.
Kind, healthy grains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on a diet. The seafood diet.
Same
Anyway, some peanut butter crackers. Peanut butter is huge in protein. It's got tons of fat in there to help with energy. So I keep a pack of those in there. And then I do keep a couple packs of tuna.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Right?
You're going to be living good if you actually do stop and you decide to eat.
Exactly.
You're actually going to be able to, be comfortable.
Right. Speaking of comfortable, okay? So we've got our water and we've got our nice little cup here. And I want to boost my morale a little bit.
You dropped your harmonica. It doesn't work.
Yeah,
anymore.
sure. Like I lost that or whatever. I want to boost morale. I got a few things in here that would boost anyone's morale. Number one,
A Wi-Fi adapter.
a Wi-Fi adapter. Okay. Cup of soup. Okay. I keep cups of soup in here. These are fantastic. All you got to do is just add hot water. Well, I got my hot water. So add those just like that. Oh yeah. We talked about silverware, didn't we?
Probably need that with a cup of soup.
Well, I suppose you could, but guess what? This thing's going to be boiling hot, and you're not going to put it up to your mouth. So, if you want to eat cold soup, it's not going to happen. So, spoon. Come on. All right, so now we'll set that over there, and we're talking about commodities. We're talking about comfort. We're talking about morale.
Oh, yeah. There you go. A little Swiss Miss.
Swiss Miss hot chocolate. Now, if that would not boost your morale,
It could be the middle of the summer,
It
and
could
if you had a
be
cup of hot cocoa, you'd still be happy.
you would be happy. Hot water, add your cocoa mix, bam, done. And plus, that's going to give you energy with the sugar in there as well. So, now, is it as much food? Is it as much food as the Wise Pack? No, it's not. But I really don't. I need minimal amount of water for my food compared to the
Right.
Wise. So that's my pack. Really, you can. We went through everything. Really, not that much. It's really not a heavy pack at all. The heaviest thing in there is probably either that tarp or the water.
Sure.
And you could take the tarp out if you wanted to, or you could get a whoopee, or you could get a poncho, anything like that. I just chose the tarp because it's something that I personally wanted. But there's so many different things that you could do. But with that being said, we are actually going to be giving this Wise Pack away.
The actual one we opened
The
up.
actual one we opened up. And we will be giving it away. We'll either send it to you or... are we going to send it to him? Or are we going to...
Yeah, sure.
We'll send it to him.
If it's someone local,
depending
we
on
can
where you
meet
are,
up.
if you're local, we can meet up and do it that way. But we will be giving this Wise Pack away to, what did we say, the 100th?
Yeah, that's
The 100th subscriber. Again, we're just starting out. So the 100th subscriber is going to win this Wise Pack free. 100%. All you got to do is just click the button that says subscribe on the channel. That's it. That's all you got to do. And if you're the 100th one to do it, then
You get it?
You get it.
We'll
So
send it to you. We'll get your info and get it sent out to you, and
there you go.
you can take a look at it, and then maybe seeing what Dan has compiled in his kit, and then what that Wise kit is. Maybe you can take some ideas, the chapstick, the matches, and you don't have to think about it too much. But
Yeah.
simple things, and they aren't cheap, but they're worth
And
it.
that's one thing. If you want to talk about the price point, that's around what, $50? 50,
Sure.
60
50,
bucks.
60 bucks.
Mine's probably, I don't know, maybe about double that. It's probably about 100, 120 bucks. But again, you don't have to have everything that's in my pack to survive. Do you need a hatchet? Probably not. Do you need a fixed blade knife? Probably not. You could probably get away with just using a folding knife, pocket knife.
Sure.
You probably could. Do you need binoculars? Do you need a harmonica? No.
Right.
Use what you need. again, mine is not the end-all be-all pack. So find out what you need for your specific situation and grow. You don't have to buy everything all in one big bulky purchase. This is all bought over a process of time. Okay, I didn't go out and just raid Amazon for all of this stuff. Okay, I promise you, my wife would kill me. So it's all over an extended period of time. So that's pretty much all I got. You have anything else that you want to add?
No.
All right. Well, if you haven't yet, go check out Justin. The website allseasonsoutdoorsupply.com. We will also list that down in the description as well. Hit him up. He'll get you anything you want. If he doesn't have it, you know,
We can find it.
He'll find it
somewhere.
Hit him up. Give him a call. Will we put your number down there too?
Yeah,
We'll
sure.
put his phone number down there for the for his phone, and we'll put the website in there as well. So check them out, and if you use North Coast Tactical, you will receive 10%.
10%.
10% off. So that's pretty cool. Very generous of them to do that for you guys. And I don't get any money from that. We're doing that for you guys. So
He gets to play with the toys.
I get to play with the toys. That's it. That's all I ask. But again, that's for you guys. So go check him out. And if you haven't yet, guys, please like this video, subscribe to the channel. We do videos every single week, just like this. And once the weather gets nice, we'll be out shooting, and you guys will see some of that as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate it. We love you guys. You know the drill. Stay humble, stay free, stay safe. We'll see you next time.